Once again, it's Wales who are the history makers, but in defeat, this time against Georgia. And I thought you were going to score.
Ask a better question, you get a better answer.
Hi guys, welcome back. So what a stunning win for Georgia against Wales. Away from home, Georgia get it done. It's very reminiscent of when Italy beat Wales away from home in Cardiff. It's going to be very painful for Wales, who were off the back of a good win. I thought they were going to do well in this game, but they squandered so many chances. They left the door open, and Georgia kicked it down in the end, making history. Amazing scenes on the pitch. You've got to be happy for those guys there. So let's get stuck into this game, see where Georgia won it and Wales lost it. So in the first 20 minutes, Georgia, signs they're looking well coordinated, they're definitely well coached, they know what they're doing, they're coping fairly well physically, and they do take the lead. Now it takes about 20 minutes for Wales to get going, but it's a nice try, a nice front peel, off the line out. Georgia probably overfold a bit too much in the defence, but anyway, Morgan Dummies goes over. That's a nice try and a decent day for Morgan, to be fair. And a couple of minutes later, Wales look like they're popping now. The pace of the ball from the ruck is really high. Thomas Williams causing all sorts of issues, getting width on the game. It's looking pretty good. North causing havoc, half breaks, offloads. His power attracting at least two defenders. And it gives Morgan another run in, who he's not a gazelle, he's a very powerful individual. But that was a nice try for sure. So on 25 minutes, it's 12-3. It's looking really good for Wales. They're looking dangerous. I'm not seeing any problems for them at this point. But on half an hour, Georgia, they're not going anywhere. They're really stepping up. They've got good defensive organisation. They're frustrating Wales. And they've got some possession. But again, they're not really going anywhere. They're forced to kick the ball away. Again, I'm not seeing this danger for Wales. And the impressive Thomas Williams on 31 minutes puts Adams in. It looks like a nice chip and regather try, which could put the game to bed. But actually it was a forward pass, so no try there. Wales are looking dangerous for sure, much more dangerous than Georgia in this first half. A real try-scoring threat, I would say, whereas Georgia aren't threatening that try line. And then having just written that, Georgia make their first break. It's from their fullback, a nice break. He plays sevens, I believe, but it's a forward pass and it's a decent game to be fair, but it looks like Wales are pretty comfortable. Prieston's putting up some high bombs and the Georgian backs aren't particularly tall. They're struggling to deal with it a bit, so that's looking pretty decent. But the forward pass virus, it's catching. Wales look like, they know the tries are there, but they're just forcing it a bit with the forward passes, with a few drops. I think they can afford to roll through a few more phases and just work their way over the try line gradually. So a little bit of impatience maybe. But then with a few minutes before half-time, a good maul hold-up turnover from Adams and Morgan, who've been playing well, gives them a good chance, and the Welsh backs, they're all over Georgia by the looks of it, and they just need to roll through those phases. But Lewis Rees-Zammit this time gets a bit too excited, grubbers the ball away, when really they could have just rolled through a few more phases and scored. And the same again a minute from time. Wales look like for all money they're going to score, but this time they grubber the ball away. I think it's Williams this time, so they definitely squandered quite a few scoring chances in that half. Now, at the beginning of that second half, Wales are attacking quite a lot, wave after wave, but Georgia are defending manfully, definitely starting to frustrate Wales a bit. And then a bit of a turning point, a yellow card for Cuthbert. It's not particularly the worst infringement I've seen, but Cuthbert does take the legs out of a catcher, so it is a yellow, and things start to slide a bit from there. And this is their chance. They're against 14 men in this 10 minutes, and Georgia know it. They really wake up at this point. They're playing their modern attacking shape. They don't have a huge amount of attacking threat individually, but they're rolling through their big boys quite well, getting some good ground, and doing what Wales probably haven't, and just churning through masses of phases. They can't get over the line at this point, and then Georgia take their chance. Their 9 single-handedly forces a 5-metre scrum. They take advantage of that extra man. The winger Tadua goes over in acres of free space. Lovely kick pass. 12-10. And goodness me, the scrum half Lobzanidze is absolutely on fire. And Georgia smell an upset. With 20 minutes to go, you can see their confidence growing. They think they can do this after being under the pump in that first half. They're not doing anything flash. They're working up the pitch using their big maul. Get a penalty. It looks like it's an easy penalty to take the lead, but miss. That could have been their big chance. And Wales keep getting in decent attacking positions, but every time they muck it up. And goodness me, they've played themselves into this potentially losing position. And a good case in point, Wales on 71 minutes deep inside the Georgian 22, but commit 0 players to a clear out off a plan move. That was pretty shocking, so the coaches will be pretty upset with that. Don't know what happened there. Then Talupe Faletau, the break glass in case of emergency player, comes on with about 8 minutes to go and looks like he immediately wins the game for Wales, chips ahead. Loose ball for Morgan to score the hat-trick, but no, Faletau does just knock it on. So, no, they're still in it, are Georgia, and they're 1 penalty away from a famous win. So Georgia, they're still in it. They just need a penalty, but they've got to work their way up the pitch, and their set piece comes to the fore. Good scrum, good line out, then another scrum that makes absolute mincemeat of Wales. That's the way to finish it. Get the penalty. It was not an easy penalty. 12-13, and Wales hadn't scored for 40 minutes. They kept the door open for Georgia and they battered it down. Like I said, incredibly similar to what Italy did to beat them in the Six Nations. One more scrum, Georgia get it done. They win the match. It was another monstrous destruction scrum. What a way to finish. 12-13, history made. They go crazy, as they should. Wales, wasteful and keep losing to sides they think they should probably beat. So let me know what went wrong for Wales and what went right for Georgia in the comments below. An absolute historic game. I'll catch you next time.